cannot be mad at beating the Miami Heat any time of the year. I don't care if it's playoffs. I don't care if it's regular season. I don't care if it's summer league. It's always great to beat the Heat, bro.
Always great to beat the Heat, man.
Yeah.
Especially with Pat Riley on the other side, man. Pat the Rat. Anything to just put this team in the rearview mirror, man. And like I said earlier, what a hell of a game. What a hell of a way to get out with off the production of Jalen Brunson, man. 47 points, 15 for 26 tonight. I mean, this guy was just on fire, just feeling it all night long. And I got to give a shout out to CP, man. See CP, doing the damn thing, just chilling, relaxing, hanging out, enjoying this Knicks win. But he did call a 40-point outing for Jalen Brunson. That did happen tonight. And look, Jalen Brunson just decided to do what he always does, man. Just get to his spots. So we saw that from him. I think the biggest shocking thing, man, before we continue to talk about Brunson and get to the player of the game, is I was just shocked at the interior paint, the lack thereof tonight from the Knicks defense with Kel'el Ware just getting 11 of 15 from the field tonight, getting second chance opportunities like there was no tomorrow, and just 19 boards, man. Dude was out there just hustling. And honestly, that was probably the biggest scare for me. It was like, yo, we got no interior defense. He was truly holding it down for the Heat. But thankfully, the Knicks were able to get some clutch threes, man, some clutch shots, as our guy Alan Hahn talked about, to take this game away.
Yeah, man. Yeah, 20 rebounds, 28 points. And you mentioned interior for sure, but he was also killing us from the three-point line. He just had an overall great game today, but we survived it. Norman Powell took a little too long to get hot. We were able to hold it down. But yeah, I'm just glad that we were able to get the victory. But yeah, you got to give props to Kel'el where there was I think it was Udonis Haslam that talked about it. Not the last time we played the Heat, the time before that. He talked about that was the one where we beat them because then they beat us last. Now we beat them again. That was after the time we beat them the second outing. And Udonis Haslam told a story on Prime about how he hit up Kel'el Ware and he said, "Go on YouTube tonight and watch nothing but Mitchell Robinson highlights." And in this fourth game, for him to have 20 rebounds, 6 offensive boards, it definitely does feel like he was a fan of Mitchell Robinson because, yeah, he was just killing us on the offensive board. But we survived it, Alex.
Let's talk about the player of the game tonight, CK, and that is none other than our guy, Jalen Brunson. I mean, I alluded to it, but it's pretty self-explanatory in this one, where your captain out there, where he has where he struggles, man. He struggled against the Philadelphia 76ers off night, but who can blame him, man? I mean, with the travel, winning the NBA Cup. You know what I mean? Coming back home on the second leg of a back-to-back after going out to Indiana, hitting a game-winning shot against Andrew Nebhard. So like he was exhausted, man. So you knew he was going to be exhausted. But the one thing that we know about Captain Clutch is that he's always going to bounce back in the second game. He never has bad back-to-back bad games. So you already knew what to expect from this one. And a 47-point outing is what we got. As I said earlier, 15 of 26 from the field, 6 of 13 from downtown, 11 from the free throw line. Went perfect tonight. And, got 8 assists, man. Just
Yeah.
accompanied the 47 points with 8 assists. So he was being a facilitator as well. And he got 3 boards too. Can't shy away when your captain's getting some boards tonight. But my goodness, man, the 47 points, what a hell of a turnaround for Jalen Brunson. And in a game like this, where when you play a team like the Miami Heat, CK, as you know, we've been joking about it. It's never easy. It's never clean cut. It's nothing simple. Both teams are going to attack in ways that just makes everything grimy. You just watch this game and it just feels like gears are always grinding. Outside of the one offensive, performance that we saw where both teams were scoring like over 130 easy, for the most part, this is like a slugfest. Even to get to 132 points, I did not find this to be like an easy scoring night for either team. Like they really had to work, especially for Brunson in isolation. Even with Josh Hart when he knocks down a 3, man, it was like looking for answers, just pulls up, from the top of the key, knocks it down. So Brunson doing all the work in this one, man, getting 47 points, just putting the team on his back in this case, and just, taking them all the way to victory, man. What'd you think about his performance tonight?
Yeah, man, got to give the Cap his props, man. He's 3 games away from tying Bernard King for 40-point games in Knicks history. He's at 20. Bernard's at 23, and then you know who it is at 30. Patrick Ewing's at 30. So Brunson is just been dominant since putting on the jersey. And I love what what you brought up, because it's so true. You know, with Jalen Brunson, you never see him have back-to-back bad games, quote unquote bad games. And again, when it's the Miami Heat, something turns on with him. You know what I mean? There's a switch that clicks with him when it comes to the Miami Heat, and it felt that way from the jump today. It felt like he was on demon time. I feel like in that first quarter, he was letting everyone else do their thing. Miami had a crazy hot start, but then once Brunson hit that first shot in the first, it's when he started getting the ball rolling, and he never looked back from there. So yeah, captain doing what the captain does. You know, they're gonna keep talking about Jalen Brunson isn't this, Jalen Brunson isn't that. But one of my favorite quotes that I have seen this season is everybody else is better than Jalen Brunson until they play Jalen Brunson. Example, 85 here tonight as the Miami Heat, you know, struggled. We talked about a lot of names, and I feel like we didn't talk about one name in Bam Adebayo. That's just because the New York Knicks do what the Knicks have to do. And, you know, Jalen Brunson was the head of the snake. Get the dubski. This is the NBA Cup MVP going for the NBA MVP. Go ahead,
MVP,
JT.
man. All about the MVP.
Hey,
All about the MVP.
Speaking
And look,
real quick, I want to get your thoughts. We talk about the sleazy Pat Riley, but we got to talk about the sleazy Eric Spoelstra real quick. What do you think about them deciding to not because I thought they were going to play the foul game down the stretch, but once Brunson made those 2 free throws and got to 47, and you clearly saw the Knicks give him the ball and expect to get fouled and go back to the free throw line. What do you think about them deciding to all of a sudden, there was a lot of time, there was like 30 seconds left, all of a sudden deciding not to play the foul game and try and get back into the game because they knew that they were going to get JB 50 points? I don't care. I don't care if that's conspiracy theory, but I feel like Eric Spoelstra did that on purpose. He said, that's game. Don't foul him again. Keep him at 47. I don't care
man.
what says.
Hey, man, look, I mean, before I even get into that, I mean, who knows, man? Who knows? I mean, ain't too far-fetched. I mean, look, when you look at the way Brunson was producing and you continue to give him the rock, look, why would you want to send him back to the line? The dude was automatic tonight. Although, if I was Eric Spoelstra, maybe you say, hey, you know, he sometimes misses a free throw here and there. Let's see if we can break that streak. But look, Brunson, man, he's fifth. He's fifth. This is the 5th game with 45+ points. All right. And 5+ three-pointers made of his career. And he passes Melo, man, for the most in Knicks history. So he passes Melo with that stat line, man, over with his 5th game with 45+ points and 5+ made threes. He passes Carmelo Anthony with that type of stat. So I think Spoelstra, if you even want to add on to it, he's like, you hear that maybe over the broadcast, you probably have an idea about that coming into the game. Like, I don't know if I want to continue to give him all that, because he also ties Bernard King, as you were talking about, 8 for the most 45-point regular season games in Knicks history. So he just continues to ascend through, you know, the Knicks history books, him being Brunson. But look, I think if you're Eric Spoelstra, you just know who Brunson is. Like, why do you want? You know where the Knicks are going. They're just going to continue to give it back to Brunson, and you're going to have to work twice as hard just to continue to like shave points. And at some point, man, I think for coaches, it's also like, all right, man, I just rather take my loss at this point. Like, why extend my guys even more? We got to travel. We got to do all those things. Like, there's more to be had on the regular season than just trying to like try your best to like take the season series against the Knicks, right? You're trying to like make sure your guys are healthy. There's more games to play. You could just say, hey, let me go out there and just go win more games and beat them outright like that too. So I don't know, man, but I do like that, man. Who knows? I mean, Eric Spoelstra is. He has a, you know, he's very, very keen on all these things, man. Very keen.
I'm just saying. He saw that 47 and said, yeah, we're not letting him get it. Nope. That's it, y'all. Back it up. We'll try again tomorrow. Nope. Don't let him get his 50.
For sure, man. For sure. But you know what? Let's go look at the clip, man, with Brunson talking to Alan Hahn, man, because let's hear what the captain had to say about his performance tonight and how this game unfolded.
Well, Jaylen, I'm not sure you know this, but your 47 points tonight is your Madison Square Garden career high. What was working for you tonight?
Ball was going in the hoop.
They pay me for analysis, not you, I guess. Okay. How about the fact that your team has not lost consecutive games since Halloween? We're a few days from Christmas. What does that also say about this team, the ability to bounce back after a tough night Friday night?
I mean, it's important if we want to do the things we say we can do. And so we got to be resilient. We got to have short-term memory, you know, with wins and losses, but most importantly after losses. So, I mean, it's big time.
There were some big shots made late in the game. You guys made 23 pointers in this game and some huge ones. You had one in the corner off a Mitchell Robinson's save. Josh Hart had one from about 40 feet. And also Mikal Bridges had one in the corner. If you were going to pick the biggest one of the game, which one? I'm putting you on the spot.
Josh. I'm going to say Josh. Unfortunately, I'm going to say Josh. You know, he's been a pretty terrible friend as of recently, but I'm going to say Josh.
Thumbs up to that. Thank you, Jalen. Mike?
All right, Alan.
Yo, Alan Hahn, man. What? That man's diabolical with that comment.
I love it, bro.
Diabolical. Diabolical. That is diabolical. Brunson Brunson called it. He was like, damn, man, that was smooth. That was smooth.
See, if Brunson was thinking, bro, I don't care what your answer actually is. You should have said anything but Hart. You set yourself up. So shout out to Hahn for, sinking the alley-oop, man. Brunson did it to himself.
All right, let's talk about our role player of the night. And for me, CK, I don't know if you're going to agree with me or not. I hope you do. But my role player of tonight's game, man, is none other than OG Anunoby. Okay, my guy comes out here, goes 6 of 12 from the field, 2 of 6 from downtown, 4 or 5 from the free throw line, 3 assists. All right, he had 4 turnovers, man. You don't want to see that. But he's back in the stock category, man. He's got 3 stocks tonight, 2 blocks, 1 steal. Got 2 of those blocks, back-to-back blocks in the third quarter. Just being a rim protector, man, which has just been I feel like an under. It's been what is not an under, man, not undervalued, but what's the right word that I'm looking for? It's like an unknown attribute of his that you probably don't even think of especially when you have Mitchell Robinson on the team. You don't really think of OG as a rim protector, but he's been a really good rim protector this season. And even while he was out, you just saw how we were missing like some paint presence. And I'm going to say that for tonight, even though the offense is great, you love seeing him, especially when he's creating for himself too, man. I mean, he had the turnaround jumper today, just using his body to just create space for himself at that mid-range point, especially around the elbow. All beautiful things to see, man. And we all know he can get out there and transition and just find the cutting lanes and dunk. But I thought defensively, man, I feel like even defensively he's taken a step up this year from years past, because we've always known him as being like a guy that could switch 1 to 5 just because of his strength and his wingspan, that he could stay in front of guys and just be a disruptor, and especially, create turnovers, get the steals as we did tonight, man, right? Gets the steal, goes out in transition, gets the dunk. But when I think about OG, I don't really think of him as a rim protector, but whatever he's been working on in the offseason, it's helped the Knicks have another guy outside of Mitchell Robinson to protect the rim, especially when Mitch is on the bench. And when you have both of them out there, you now got to think twice, because, I mean, OG is just, he's got buddies now. So out of nowhere, the man's got buddies. Like, I know the man could dunk, but man's now levitating around here. But I think OG's defense, man, is really taking another step up from what he's been capable of doing since he's been in the league.
Yeah, I gotta give OG some props on the offensive end as well, because we know about the rough game he had in Philly, and today it was looking like it was gonna be similar, because he was 0 for 2 in the first half, but then that third quarter went crazy went 5 for 7, 6 for 10 in total in the second half. So yeah, everything. Gotta love OG defensively. I do completely agree that because there was back-to-back plays where he had the block in the interior, then scored his first dunk, and then got another block immediately after that. Yeah, that's definitely something that is underrated and that is not really talked about with this game. But I got to give him his props for the offensive side, because that third quarter when it was starting to go a little sideways and we couldn't find buckets, OG Anunoby stepped up and figured it out. So yeah, I like that choice. I'm not mad at that choice at all. I'm completely cool with that choice. My role player of the game. And, if you know me by now, if a night like tonight happens, I'm gonna take my boy in this category. That is none other than Mr. Nosebleed, the Mr. 3, the Mr. Donald Duck himself. I really hope they throw him as Donald Duck again on Christmas. I'm really hoping they do it again. Mikal Bridges, my role player of the game. Lights out from the three-point line today, Alex. I mean, that second quarter where after we just watched the Miami Heat tear us up in the first quarter, we cleaned it up a little bit towards the end of the first. But, that second quarter, Mikal Bridges, McCulloch, as I call him. I love me some Mikal Bridges and Tyler Kolek together. That is a TV show. Y'all watch Scrubs as a TV show. I would pay to watch if McCulloch could become a thing. But yeah, Mikal Bridges from the 3-point line was lights out. And then not only that, the big I feel like criticism that Bridges gets, because we know the ability he has to score. We know that he is a savvy scorer when he decides to look to the basket. He gets killed, I feel like, by the fan base, because he doesn't do that. He's been looking too passive in some of these instances, even though he's been shooting tremendous numbers all year long. Tonight was that night where he said, that be damned, I'm shooting off the dribble. I'm shooting in transition. I'm shooting this 3-ball. We talked about the big corner 3 in the fourth quarter. Mikal Bridges just looked tremendous offensively. Second leading scorer yet again here tonight behind Jalen Brunson's 47. He had 24. But when you see the percentages, Alex, when we talk about percentages from the field, not even just for the season, just in this game alone, man, we can compare them to what the Heat were shooting. 64% from the field, 9 of 14. Alex, he missed 1 3. And I'm not talking about he took 2 threes in the game. I'm not talking about he took 4 threes. He took 7 of them. 6 or 7 from 3. 86% from the 3-point line. Mikal Bridges did his thing today. That's my easy choice today. I'm telling you, if I get the choice to choose him for any category, Alex, stat of the night, role player of the night, all-star, I'm choosing Mikal Bridges. Shout out to him. He had a great game today.
Bridges isn't a bad answer. I'm not going to act here saying that, how dare you not choose OG, okay? Your guy Ogugua. I'm shocked that he didn't go with him.
Yeah.
But look, I got to give it to Bridges tonight too, man, because Bridges was just offensively, it was just hyper efficient. I mean, look. Let me tell you something. 6 or 7 from downtown, man, is one thing. 6 or 7 from downtown, the way he's shooting the ball, and I mean not just like the mechanics look great. It's like every time he touches the rock, that thing, like even that when I look at that pass from Kolek, where he just like taps it ahead to Bridges into the left corner, and it's just like it barely like touched his hand, it just went through the net. It's like, the speed of what Mikal could just lift the rock and just shoot it is insane at this point. Absolutely insane. So not a bad choice, man. Offensively, when you're looking for another answer outside of Brunson, he was that tonight. And look, being an initiator, just creating for guys, he did get his 4 assists. I thought Bridges had a very good offensive game, and obviously doing what he can do defensively, right? Just being a perimeter defender and just knowing how to attack passing lanes, knowing how to be a deterrent where you got to think twice. Even he didn't get a steal tonight, though. You have to think twice of what you're doing when you're trying to go across cross-court pass, or if you're trying to pass it to somebody where Mikal is actually defending them, because next thing you know, he could be out to the races, man, and just cause mayhem. I hear you on the Bridges thing, man. I'm going with OG, though, man. I'm going with OG. I know not the same 3-point shooting. Just okay, but defense wins games, man. I'm just saying defense.
I was just going to say, if we want to talk about defense, Norman Powell didn't know what offense was until the second half, and a lot of that was because of Mikal Bridges. He did a great job. He like you said, he's not – He's a solid defender, but what is so good with him is, like you said, reading the passing lanes, and also it deters teams and players from going to certain players, like what we saw with Brandon Ingram when Bridges was locking him up in the 2 games we played them. It's not just necessarily about Bridges standing up 1v1 him. It's the fact that you're scared to even send the ball towards Ingram or tonight Norman Powell in that first half, because you're just expecting Bridges to jump the pass or deflect it. And that's why you saw Norman Powell non-existent in that first half. Obviously, they figured it out in the second, but you got, Bridges gets the credit for that. I'm just saying. But I'm not mad at OG either. I'm going to hit you with the same thing. I'm not mad at the OG pick either. That's a good choice.
All right, key stats of the night brought to you by DraftKings. So, CK, looking at this one, we already know what it is, man. The Knicks won this one 132-125. It was a close one all the way down to the wire. And going through the rest of the stats, man, pretty interesting to see how the Knicks were able to win this one, because they did lose the rebounding battle 45-36. They would win the assist battle 28-26, win the steal battle 7-5. Won the block battle 3-1, lose the turnover battle 12-11. But this is where the Knicks started to separate themselves from the Heat, okay? So they shot the ball just way better, way more efficiently than what Miami could. They shot 55% to the Heat's 47. Downtown, they were scorching hot, even though Miami was scorching hot hot from downtown as well. Knicks shot 53% from behind the arc, while the Heat shot 49%. But this is the stat that you love, man. I know this is a stat that you love because you like to see them just shoot well from the charity stripe. Knicks shot 86% from the charity stripe, while the Heat shot 74%. And then looking at the other opportunities, we see the Knicks won the fast break battle on this one, 15-10. They would tie points in the paint 46 apiece. And hey, second chance opportunities. We talked about it. We alluded to it earlier. Kel'el Ware was just dominating tonight. No one was in the paint. Apparently, it was just a clear strip of land from him just to walk down, meander through, do whatever he wanted, man. He just set up camp, didn't think twice because there was 24 second chance points for the Miami Heat to the Knicks 7, man. Don't like seeing that at all. I don't like to see the Knicks get out rebounded whatsoever, but based on how Kel'el Ware, not surprising whatsoever. But the Knicks were able to shoot the ball way more efficiently. So I guess you could say, hey, if you're shooting the ball so well, you don't really need to rebound that much. So the Knicks still got the win in the end, 132-125. What are your thoughts?
I never like to give just a normal answer for stat of the night. So I'm going to take from the stat that that I look at, and I'm going to just take like Jurassic Park. I'm going to take like a little bit of the DNA from that free throw stat, and I'm going to specifically point at this stat line from this one person in Mitchell Robinson, who went 3 for 3 from the free throw line. So that's my stat of the night. The free throw shooting as a team is great. We went 18-21, fantastic. I love it. But what I care the most about is Mitchell. I shoot free throws now, Robinson, because if you want to combine this game and last game, he only missed one free throw between Philly and tonight, correct? He's 100% tonight. Eric Spoelstra and what's his name? Joe Mazzulla. They're the two that spearhead the hack a Mitch movement. They love to hack a Mitch. Didn't see it tonight. You know why? Because Mitch was going to sling it and he was going to make it. Because Mitchell Robinson's a free throw shooter now. 3 for 3 from the free throw line. So I know it should have been a team stat, Alex, but I'm taking the DNA from the free throw and I'm going strictly with the Mitchell Robinson free throw percentage. 3 for 3, 100%. Mitchell Robinson is trying to stop the madness with the hack-a-Mitch nonsense because he makes them now. Shout out to the coaching staff, by the way, for helping him get his mind right and getting those free throws right. So, had to do a little swerve, Alex, but that's my key stat of the night. Mitchell Robinson's free throws.
Mitchell Robinson free throws, man. You got to love him, man. I mean, it's a Christmas miracle how he's just been able to knock them all down. What is it? What I think Breen said it was because he made, 7 last game? So it was like 9. Now he's up to 9 at this point. Insane. Mitchell Robinson
he made 3 today, so that's at 10.
Hey, 10. 10. It's a Christmas miracle, man. We'll have to see it. There's an arc. There's a little bit of like getting the elbow in the right position. Man's doing everything right, man. So we'll have to see it. Obviously, attributes to the free throw percentage as well. So good job by Mitchell Robinson for getting that stuff done, man. And look, you win these games when it gets down to the charity stripe. No way or shape or form to cut it any other way, man. And that is Key Stats of the Night, brought to you by DraftKings. People, holiday basketball has arrived, and when the stars like Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges take over, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is where you want to be. Don't forget, DraftKings has your back with early exit. If your player goes down in the first half, you still get paid in cash. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code KFTV. That's promo code KFTV. New customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, pass through a per-wage tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. This is for a limited time offer. All right, so remember, use that promo code KFTV. That's promo code KFTV and bet up to $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if your bets win.
something I want to bring to the comments about Jalen Brunson and is, what he brings to the team. Something that's not talked about for a lot, but is the gravity that they bring, right? They're always putting double or triple on Jalen, and they're always watching him, and that can lead to, to passes under the rim and easy buckets. So gravity is always important for star players on any team.
Absolutely. Gravity is very important, man. I mean, look, the way that he's able to have them collapse, just create open shots for everybody on the perimeter or just finding guys in the paint too. When you are able to cause that, when you're able to generate that much attention and you can still find other guys open, that's, that's a skill. That's absolutely a skill right there. But it's even a greater skill where he can still garner that attention where he's guarded by like 2, 3 players and still can get his, man. But he's just a savvy player, has a high IQ. He just knows what to do in all those moments, man, which makes him so valuable.
For sure. So I want to ask 2 questions and then I'll head out. How do you feel about Jason Tatum and him possibly, because Celtic fans are like, looking at themselves in the 3rd spot. They're like, ooh, Tatum comes back. They think they can take over. And how do you feel about OKC looking mortal, losing 2 games?
Appreciate the call, Tingus Pingus. Appreciate the call, my man. And yeah, good questions, man. Just really good questions. And being out in Boston, the whole Tatum thing, and look, man, I ain't worried about no Celtics. We took them out last year. All right, everyone can keep talking about, oh well, if we get Tatum back in March, April, we'll take you guys down and be afraid and this, that, and third. My man, we were spanking that ass. No, forget the family show. That's out the window. We were spanking that ass, belt to ass. All right, last season. You had 2 20-point leads and you lost them. Then you came to the Garden and we put up, all right, with Jason Tatum on the floor before the injury. I ain't afraid of nobody, man. And if you want to talk about defense, schematics, this, that, and the third, who's your paint protection? Who? Tatum?
Thank you.
Tatum comes back and solves everything like that? Please, man.
Thank you.
Celtics fans, here's the thing about Celtics fans, man. And being in Boston and having to talk to a lot of them, very delusional. Very, very, very delusional. They feel like Tatum comes back and it just changes everything. It's all magical. It's like, ooh, look, we're back to winning ways, man. You guys struggled to get 1 chip with him. Like, stop. Just stop with the nonsense. Stop. Great player. Not taking anything away from him. But stop acting like the Celtics are so like impervious. Enough with that nonsense, man. Enough with that nonsense.
Yep, you hit the nail on the head. Team got worse. Like I don't know what we're talking about. The team got worse than the team that they had last year. So even if you bring it back, congratulations. Yes, you're in 3rd right now. Cavaliers are not playing to the level that they expected to play. A lot of teams are. The East is just open and different. And Joe Mazzulla, hate him or love him, he's a good coach. He's taking advantage of the wins that they got. But if we're talking about the end of the day in the playoffs, with him coming back, that team is not better than the team that you had last year, healthy or not, with Jason Tatum. I don't understand the take. I understand you got to have belief, but like you said, it at that point is just delusion. So I'm not entirely worried. I'm not worried about that, and not even a little bit. Not even a little bit.